Welcome to Classlise, the place where English comes alive, right through your ears.
That's right, no books, no stress, just you, your ears, and a whole world of real English.
Today's episode feels different because we're going to test your ears with real-life English, the kind people speak when they're in a rush, at a cafe, or just living fast.
You'll hear 10 situations. Some are funny, some confusing, and some will make you go, wait, what did they just say?
Exactly. But don't worry, you're not alone. We'll break them down as we go, naturally inside our conversation.
So sit back, or walk, or cook, or clean. Just let your ears do the work.
Are you ready? Because the first situation drops in 3, 2...
Lily, have you ever been completely lost in a conversation, even when it's in English?
Oh, totally. I once went to a bakery in Dublin, and I swear I didn't understand a single word the cashier said. I just smiled and nodded.
Classic survival mode. I had the same thing in New York. I asked someone for directions, and it felt like I was in a rap battle. Words flew at 200 kilometers an hour.
Exactly. That's why we're doing this episode, to show what real English sounds like, not just in textbooks, but in life.
Let's drop our first situation. Imagine this. You're in line at a coffee shop. It's Monday morning. People are tired. The barista looks at you and says,
"Hey, you good? What can I get you real quick?"
Now, let's pause right there. You good? What does that even mean?
It sounds like they're checking your health, but really, it just means, are you okay? Or are you ready? Super casual.
And getcha. That's just a fast way to say get you. It's not bad grammar. It's fast grammar.
Spoken English is full of these shortcuts, and they're not lazy. They're efficient.
Let's try another. You're at a busy airport. Someone brushes past you and says,
"Excuse me, coming through."
"No excuse me, no full words, just speed. Excuse me, coming through."
And the funny part, it still sounds friendly. It's fast, but not rude.
Right, and that's the magic of real English. It's not about perfect pronunciation. It's about rhythm, context, and feeling.
Okay, next situation. You're waiting at a bus stop. 2 teenagers are talking nearby. One says,
"Nah, I'm not trying to go there again, bro. Last time was wild."
"Not trying to" short for not trying to. And wild here doesn't mean a jungle. It means intense, chaotic, maybe even fun or dangerous.
So someone could say, that party was wild, and it means it was crazy fun, not full of tigers.
Yes, and notice how emotional that line sounds? Fast English often carries a feeling, not just information.
Let's throw in a new one. You're walking downtown. A stranger bumps into you and says,
"My bad."
2 words, simple. It means I'm sorry, but in a casual way.
Super common in the US, especially among younger people. And again, no, I am sorry. Just my bad.
Lily, here's a deeper question. Why do these phrases feel so fast, even when they're not long?
Good point. I think it's because there's no space between words. They connect everything. Like, "What you doing?" instead of "What are you doing?"
Exactly. That's called connected speech. It makes things smoother, but harder for learners at first.
But also more natural. Like music. You don't play each note separately. You blend them.
Spoken English is music with meaning.
Ooh, Sante, that was poetic. Spoken English is music with meaning. I like that.
Hey, we should make that a t-shirt.
Deal. Okay. Next fast situation. You're trying to buy something at a store, but the person in front of you is still talking after paying. The cashier looks at you and says,
"You can come on up."
Sounds normal, right? But it's friendly and efficient. Come on up means step forward, but also you're next.
So again, it's not just the words, it's the tone. They're inviting you, not commanding you.
Exactly. English has these soft commands that feel like suggestions.
Let's keep going. This next one's short but tricky. You're on a train and you hear someone say,
"Mind the gap."
Classic British phrase. It means, be careful. There's space between the train and the platform.
Simple. But it always feels mysterious, right? Like it belongs in a movie.
It's short but iconic, a perfect example of real English being clear and fast.
Sante, I'm loving this episode. It's like every phrase is a little puzzle, but once you know the pieces, it all makes sense.
Exactly. And by just listening, your brain is already putting those pieces together. You don't need to study. You just need to feel the language.
So are we ready for even faster situations?
Oh, we're just getting started. In the next part, things get intense.
Spoken English in rush hour. Coming up next.
All right, rush hour English. Let's jump right into it.
You're on a crowded metro, no one is talking. Suddenly, someone near you whispers,
Yo, heads up, she's about to faint.
Whoa, that's intense, but also very real. Now, what does heads up mean?
Great question. That's our one idiom for today.
Oh, here we go. Let's break it down.
Heads up means be careful, watch out. It's like saying get ready for something to happen, usually something sudden.
Exactly. In this case, someone's warning another person. Not in a scary way, just fast and helpful.
And it's so common. People say it in sports, at work, even in cafes, like, heads up, hot coffee coming through.
So don't think of a literal head flying up in the air. It just means pay attention.
That's it. And remember, this is the only idiom we're using today. One good phrase is better than 20 forgettable ones.
I like that. Okay. Next situation. You're late. You rush into a restaurant to meet a friend. She says,
You all right? I ordered for us already. Hope that's cool.
Now, you, all right, is not asking about your health. It's more like, are you okay with what just happened?
And hope that's cool means, I hope that's okay with you.
Again, fast, friendly, no extra words, just the heart of the message.
All right, next one. You're walking down the street, checking your phone, and someone calls out.
Watch it, bro. You almost ran into me.
That's real city English. Direct, but not aggressive. Watch, it means be more careful.
And, bro, well, it doesn't always mean brother. It's just casual. Can be used for friends, strangers, anyone really.
But the tone is key. If someone says bro with a smile, it's light. If they say it with a growl, get ready to run.
Laughs true. Tone changes everything. Okay, now you're in a shop. A clerk is trying to help you find something. You say, sorry, I don't see it. And they reply,
No worries, I'll grab one from the back.
no worries is such a friendly way to say, it's okay, no problem.
Also faster, no worries feels like warm permission.
Ooh, I like that. Warm permission.
I aim to please.
Laughs. Next one. You're at the airport. Your flight is delayed. A stranger near you mutters.
Figures. Always the same with this airline.
Figures, what a weird little word. But in this context, it means, of course, I expected it.
It's a way of saying this is no surprise. Almost like I knew it.
And it's usually spoken with a sigh or an eye roll, like figures.
Right, one word, but it carries so much frustration. Gotta love English.
Or hate it, depends on the day.
Next up, you're checking out at a store. The cashier says,
Do you need a bag or you're good?
Another fast combo. Do you need a bag or you're good? It's a casual way to ask. Do you want one or not?
And you're good means you're fine as you are.
It's amazing how many meanings can fit into 3 words.
Yeah, English is like a suitcase. Looks small, but holds a lot.
Spoken like a poet.
Maybe just a tired traveler. Okay. New one, you're watching a sports game. Someone near you yells,
Let's go, that was clean.
Clean. In sports, clean means smooth, perfect, no mistake.
So that kick was clean. That pass was clean. It's a kind of praise.
Exactly. And let's go, that's just energy. People shout it when they're excited.
Or when they're late.
Laughs true. Let's go can mean hurry up or woohoo.
Words are wild.
So wild. All right, new one. You're in a fast food place. Someone behind you says,
Can I get a number 2 with no onions and extra cheese?
fast, clear, but not polite in the traditional way.
Yeah, it's direct. But in these settings, that's normal. It's not rude. It's just quick service language.
Same with phrases like make it to go or add fries to that.
Functional English. Not pretty, but powerful.
That's what we're learning today. How English works in the wild.
Not in a textbook, not in a test, but in real cafes, streets, and metros.
And it's not always beautiful. Sometimes it's messy, confusing, and fast.
But that's okay, because your brain learns patterns through exposure.
And emotion. The way people say things helps your brain remember them.
We speak, you feel, you remember.
Spoken English is like jazz. You don't read it. You listen and feel the flow.
Jazz with coffee and headphones.
Laughs, that's the dream.
So we've heard 6 fast situations so far.
And more are coming. Part 3 is going to twist things around.
We're taking real English and adding pressure.
Get ready for fast talk, confusion, and a little chaos.
Coming up next.
Okay. Sante, you said we're adding pressure. What do you mean?
Imagine this. You're late, it's raining, and your phone is on 2%. You're trying to order a ride, but the app won't load.
Stress level 10.
Exactly. And then someone near you says,
Try switching to data. Sometimes Wi-Fi's trash here.
that one sentence packed with fast English.
Yeah. First, try switching to data means turn off Wi-Fi, use mobile internet.
And Wi-Fi's trash doesn't mean it's garbage in a can. It means it's bad, useless.
It's slang, but light slang. Still fits within B1 if explained.
And in that moment, your brain has to decode all of that while you're cold and stressed.
Real life doesn't wait for subtitles.
Exactly. Which brings us to situation 8. You finally get into the ride. The driver turns and says,
"How's your day been?"
Innocent question, but your brain is still catching up from the chaos.
Yeah. It's funny. In calm times, you understand everything, but in stress, even "how are you" feels like calculus.
Which is why listening in different emotional states matters. It's not just about grammar. It's about training your reaction speed.
Speaking of reaction speed, next situation. You're at a street food stall, you say, "1 hot dog, please." The cook shouts,
All the way?
"Huh?"
Exactly. All the way means with everything, all toppings. But if you've never heard that before,
You freeze, you panic, you say, medium?"
laughs. There's no medium, Lily. It's yes or no.
Yeah, but that's the twist. Real English doesn't always explain itself. You feel it, you guess, you try.
And sometimes you laugh at yourself later.
Okay, we're on number 9. This one's emotional.
Ooh, hit me.
You're at a park. 2 people are sitting on a bench. One says,
She ghosted me, man. Just like that.
"Ghosted." Now that's a heavy one.
It means someone disappeared, stopped talking to you, no explanation.
It started online in dating culture, but now people say it everywhere.
It's a sad word, quiet and sharp.
Spoken English holds emotion in every word. Ghosted isn't just vocabulary, it's heartbreak.
So true. And if you're not listening for feeling, you miss the message.
Okay, let's flip the mood. Final situation of this part.
Number 10, you're checking out at a corner shop. The clerk says,
That'll be $3.95. You need a bag?
classic speed combo. That'll be is short for that will be. And you need a bag is direct, but not rude.
Right? They're not trying to be unfriendly, they're just fast.
Also, the rhythm of that sentence is almost musical.
Yeah, that'll be $3.95. You need a bag?
It's like a beat.
Spoken English isn't just language, it's movement, breath, rhythm.
That's why your ears are so important. They catch patterns before your brain translates.
And when you learn to trust that, you start to feel confident in chaos.
Confidence in chaos, I love that.
Put it on a mug.
Or a podcast title.
Laughs, maybe next season.
So, let's zoom out for a second. We've heard 10 fast situations.
And each one taught us something. About speed, about tone, about emotion.
More importantly, they showed us how real people speak. Not robots, not teachers, humans.
And humans speak in layers. Fast English isn't just words, it's habit, culture, personality.
Take the phrase "you good" from earlier. Depending on the voice, it can mean "are you okay?" "Are you ready?" "Are you angry?" Even "do you want to fight?"
That's wild, but it's true.
That's why tone matters more than textbooks.
And listening builds your inner library. You start recognizing patterns, and then you trust your instincts.
But it takes time, and that's okay.
This episode isn't about getting every phrase perfect.
It's about letting English pass through your ears and stay.
And we're doing it together. Every phrase we broke down today, you heard it, you felt it. You started to own it.
And that's how fluency grows. Quietly, naturally, word by word.
So what's next?
In part 4, we reflect, we tie it all together, and we ask a deeper question.
Not what did you learn, but how did it feel?
Coming up next.
Okay, 10 fast situations. 10 real English moments. Now comes the part I love the most.
Let me guess, emotional reflection.
You know me too well.
It's true, though. Reflection helps everything sink in.
So, Sante, when you hear people speak fast in real life, what's the first thing you focus on?
Rhythm. Always rhythm. Even if I don't catch every word, the rhythm tells me everything.
Same here. Sometimes I don't even know what someone said, but I know what they meant.
Because meaning travels with tone, with speed, with pauses.
It's like music again. You don't need to know every lyric to feel the song.
Spoken English works the same way. It's not about translating every word. It's about connecting with the message.
And sometimes letting go of control.
That's hard for learners. People want to understand everything, perfectly.
But real English isn't perfect. It's messy, emotional, alive.
Like people.
Exactly. You don't need to understand 100%. You need to feel 70% and trust the rest.
That's where confidence grows. In the unknown.
Let's go back to one of our examples. My bad.
Simple, casual, but powerful.
If you try to translate it word for word, you miss the point.
But if you hear it in a real voice, with a real situation, you just get it.
That's why we created Classlise, for moments like this.
Not to teach definitions, but to share experiences.
Spoken English isn't just a tool, it's a doorway into people's lives.
And the more you listen, the more you start to walk through that door.
One phrase at a time.
One moment at a time.
Sante, can I confess something?
Always.
I used to be terrified of fast English.
No way.
I'd freeze up. My brain would scream, "What did they say? Replay it! Wait! Go back!"
Been there.
But then I realized even native speakers miss things. They just keep going.
That's the secret. Keep going.
So now when I hear something fast, I don't panic. I breathe. I trust my ears.
And that's what we want our listeners to do too.
Not panic. Just breathe. Just listen. Let it flow.
Because learning doesn't always feel like learning.
Sometimes it feels like walking in a city. You don't know every street, but step by step, you start to feel at home.
Beautiful. Spoken like a true traveler.
Or a tired one. Laughs.
Let's go even deeper. What's the real benefit of listening to real English?
Connection.
Say more.
When you understand someone speaking fast, you don't just understand words, you understand their life, their habits, their culture.
It's personal.
Exactly. You can share a joke, react naturally, feel closer.
That's what language is for.
Not passing a test.
But making someone smile or laugh or trust you.
Spoken English gives you that power.
But only if you listen, not just with ears, with heart.
And that's how fluency grows, quietly, in moments, in emotions.
So today, we didn't just teach 10 phrases.
We gave 10 experiences like,
and one idiom.
Yes, heads up, don't forget it.
Laughs had to bring it back.
Just once. Reinforcement complete.
You're such a language nerd.
And proud. So before we wrap, any final thoughts?
Just this. If today felt fast, good. That means you're stretching your brain.
And your ears?
Every stretch builds strength.
So keep listening. Don't worry if it's hard.
Difficulty is a sign of growth.
And we're growing with you.
Every step.
Every phrase.
Every beat.
This is not the end, just a pause before the next sound.
You've been listening to Classlise, where your ears lead your fluency.
Thank you for trusting your time with us today.
Wherever you are, walking, resting, working.
Keep listening.
And remember,
your ears are already learning